Hello, hi there, gorgeous Leos. I do hope that you are all well. And this is your horoscope for April 2020. Now, usually most of the time I do love horoscopes, but because we are in strange times, I am opening up for other information to come forward to help you guys navigate through this month. I'm a psychic, so I interpret the information to help you navigate through this month. So I don't use cards. And if you'd like to know more about me and my services, the information is just down below. I don't like to waste time too, because I only ever do these in one take, and doing 12 videos in a row is no time for mistakes, and plus I just interpret the information as it comes. So I have to say, the first couple of weeks you guys feel a little bit helpless, like your circumstances have changed, and I think that's true for most people across the world, and if it isn't, it starts to happen for you guys first couple of weeks, so expect that. But what I like about this and not like about this, because it is bringing out two sides of you. It's bringing out a need to want to be proactive, because a lot of the Leos that I'm seeing from what my guides are saying, without having a task to do, something to go to, help in any way, will just leave you sitting and thinking and getting paranoid and getting low and getting depressed and feeling helpless, which is not how Leos like to be. And if you don't have the task and you're left on your own, particularly for those of you who are literally on their own, it kind of eats at the brain a little bit and kind of starts eating at your well-being. And I just get the first couple of weeks, there's a little bit of a yin-yang challengey kind of like push, tug of war between you kind of fighting your emotions of helplessness versus wanting to be helpful. And I think you need to lead with the being helpful power kind of side of yourselves, because it will help you navigate through this month. Now, if it might be difficult, because some of you are going to have to be creative, and for some of you that will come easier than others, and for where it is difficult for those who find it harder, you may have an idea and then it doesn't work. You may offer your services and they say no. Keep going, because something will take. You'll get the right idea, or somebody will say yes, which will then give you that task that will keep you empowered and not let you slip into kind of some mild depression where you're just watching the world and your own personal circumstances kind of go a bit crappy when it doesn't need to be. So keep going, keep pushing through that negative field. How does that impact your love life? I think it could definitely, if you're single, it could mess with your head a little bit, because you might think, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll just join some communities or join some dating and I'll talk to some people. But where some signs would just not be wanting to engage romantically, you just might be trying to, engage with an empty void, which then will feed your depression if you're not then having that engagement. Or if you do engage with somebody, all they want to talk about is coronavirus and not romance, and then that will be self-fulfilling, self-dooming. So I don't know if it's the best time for you guys to be dating. I don't think that's the task there in hand. If you are in a relationship, I feel like where the other person may be impacted, you may feel helpless. But if you are still in work, for example, your task may be to be the breadwinner, to be the one that's supportive, the one that's more emotionally supportive. Just find your thing, because if you can find your thing, you will navigate the first 2 weeks where it's kind of this tug of war, where you could slip down or slip up. Slip up, they're saying, don't slip down, because you'll wade through it better, and you won't get this won't feel so heavy, and therefore you won't then have negative thoughts about who you are and your self-worth and everything that may come from not having purpose, or not thinking that anyone will engage with you in a romantic sense. It's just not you. It is not you, it's the world right now. Once you do that, then, like I said, by the time you get to the end of 2 weeks, you would have settled on something that you would be doing. Again, this is a general reading, so it can be in so many different ways, from personal interactions to community to even bigger. But you do have something, and then I just get here for you that is so motivating and so enriching and so purposeful, and so everything. I mean, I get things from you even dealing with rights of people, dealing with the rights of local people, dealing with your own personal rights. I don't know, like I just feel like, if I'm being honest with you, you're one of the signs where your love life doesn't seem to be the most important. Hence why I've opened this up, because I just knew this could be with some signs. It's not been with every sign. Some signs are having a really good time, but unfortunately yours is not bad. Yours is just more like there are other important things. And yeah, sure, I might talk to a few people, but it's going to be a bit lacklustre from your side, and it will be lacklustre from those people's side because of being distracted by what is happening in the world. But because you have this main task, that's the thing that keeps you engaged, loved, wanting to give, giving love, giving your time, giving your energy, feeling purposeful, and it keeps you going mentally throughout this month in a really super positive way. So take this time in the first 2 weeks to figure out what that is. Don't get disappointed if it's not the first thing. Don't get disappointed if it's not the second thing, because within this 2 weeks you will settle on something that you're like, yeah, I can do this. This is going to keep me sane. This is going to keep me flowing. Even if that's separate from your work, for those of you who are still having to work, you're going to need this. All right? I'm trying to see if there's anything else for you guys. I mean, basically, I just feel this overall message is more of a message of my guys trying to help you to keep mentally well and prepared, and how you can be of support, which then is in turn supports you during this time, so that you don't slip into the negative traits that Leos can have. Like, all signs have a positive and a negative. They're saying here you're in danger, particularly in the first couple of weeks, of slipping into that, and the spirit want to give you the roadmap out. They want to say, give yourself purpose, give yourself a task, even if it's outside of what you do, even if it's on top of what you do, so that you go through this much more successfully. I hope that makes sense. So I'll be back again next month, hopefully with the normal love readings, but we shall see what happens. And I will be back again then. Take care, everybody. Bye.